Hello, guys, and welcome to Sim Racing Alliance, the best league in North America.
Damn right.
Season 5, race 6 here at Snetterton. A nice,
Is it race
easy.
6? I thought it was race 5.
Race 6, race 5.
What week is it?
Oh my, I don't
I don't know.
know.
It's December, guys. I don't know what day it
I,
is.
I don't know.
It is
I don't
race
know where I
5.
am.
It is week
Race
5,
5.
race 5.
There we go.
I've messed up hugely,
Forgive
guys.
us, folks.
It's
It's
race
December.
5.
It's Christmas.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of things going on. Okay. But we're here anyways to show you this awesome race that we're going to be having here at Snetterton. I would say it'd be a nice, easy, sunny day here in the UK. Minus the easy part though, because this is a very hard track. A lot of folks are really nervous about this one. I've been getting a lot of insider word from a lot of the other folk here in SRA, especially the D1 folks, saying that they were nervous about their pace, nervous about the race. This is a very hard track to pass on, and yeah, it's pretty brutal.
I think
So
after last night, just seeing this track map up on screen right now is enough for PTSD for half the audience.
yeah, it's yeah, very tight track, narrow track, not a lot of passing opportunities, a lot of kind of fast corners, a lot of tight corners, sort of tap and go corners makes it really difficult to judge when other people are going to brake or what their speed is.
Oh
So
yeah.
this is going to be a tough one, folks. But either way, these D1 folks are the best of the best that SRA has to offer, and in return, some of the best drivers in North America. Rest assured, these guys are truly fast, and many of these people we'd classify as certified aliens.
Oh yes.
But
Oh boy.
yeah, Snetterton. Jess, you want to take a look at some of our standings, see what's going on this season, fill the folks in?
Sure. One sec. Let's take a look at the team points first. ANSE 3D is narrowly edging out P1 over Madhouse Racing. Only an 8-point gap between them, which I think is just insane at this point in the series. And both of them have a pretty commanding lead over P3s, so I think we're really going to be seeing these two teams battling out for P1 all the way towards the end. And the fight for P3 is not exactly in the bag either. 3 teams, maybe even 4 by the end, are really in it for this. Currently led by Blind Hen, my favorite. So really interesting how this fight's shaping up so far. Let's take a look at which drivers, though, are leading the charge. And by and large, Ryan Yee, wow.
Ryan Yee's been
Over
very
50
dominant this
points
season.
lead, jeez.
Yep. Yep. He's definitely given a lot of these folks a good run for their money. Ryan Yee came in here, and a lot of drivers that saw success last season or in seasons previous switch cars, try to level out the playing field. Ryan Yee comes in here, and he just starts putting a beat down on everyone.
Nate
So
Specs sets a first banker lap, best of the bunch, and promptly wipes out. Unfortunate.
Yeah, did a little 360 spin for the camera.
And silver folks are on track right now during their qualifying runs. Here at SRA, we have 2 different subdivisions of our division. We have the gold split and the silver split. The silver split are the slower drivers, but don't let that fool you. These guys are very, very fine racers. Out of what is it, like 260 and change folks that are registered,
Something like
these
that.
are the top like 50 drivers in SRA, which represents a good chunk of some of the fastest folks in North America. So these guys are very fast, and I would not be surprised at all if one of these people came out with a win, especially with how crazy this track is, how hard it is to pass. If anything happens in the first sector with some of the leaders, we could easily see some of these silver folks getting a podium. Right now,
yeah.
Stallworth, though, has the fastest lap so far with a 146.0. Currently down on his Delta as well. He's really whipping that 317 Honda around. A beautiful lime green gas or die
So is
Grinch
Jason
themed
John
livery.
Sparks. He was for a moment. He's almost up a whole second. Right now he's got 7 tenths. That's enough to climb almost. Yep, Almost P5. So close. Very nice lap from Sparks.
Stallworth I was watching last night, and he was doing really, really well. Unfortunately, he's going to have to abandon this lap a little bit, coming up on some slower traffic here. But he has a 5/10 lead over the rest of the field right now. Matt Schwartz in second place with a 146.5, invalid at the moment. Loic Normandou with a 146.5. Stefiak with a 146.6. Nate Specht with a 146.7. And Dromo comes back charging the field with a 146.2, sitting himself in second place. So, Dromo has been doing very well this season as well in his Badmin's BMW.
Getting a lot of
Objectively the
airtime,
worst
too.
team, but a really good driver. Yeah, and getting a lot of airtime here on the stream. We love him.
Joe
Such
Wong
a beautiful
improving
livery.
hugely up to P13. Joe Acevedo not far behind him. Up even more. Oh, he's up a second and a half, and now he's just lost half of it going deep into that corner. That sucks.
Victor Diaz improves like 10 positions here. Sets himself a 146.7, sitting in sixth place currently.
Boa Dromo set a pretty quick time there, 2/10 off the pole, just under 2/10. So he might have a shot here at pulling his final laps. We have somebody in chat asking what we think the pull time will be. I'll say
145.5. No, 145.3. No, 145.5. 145.5.
Disappointing for Sparks. He had 5/10 in him, sitting in eighth place. But unfortunately, he lost it in the last corner with a bad exit. Accidentally shot too far out to the grass. Only improved less than a tenth. So we have more to see out of him. One lap left for these folks. 1 minute remaining of the silver qualifying session. At the 10-minute mark, we are going to switch over to the gold folks and see what they have for us. Victor Diaz up 2.5 tenths, a minute into his lap.
Joe Wong
Chris
was
Brown.
surging through Sector 2. Starting to slip out of his hands a little bit. Maybe he's finding it again. Looking for 5/10? Not quite. Oh, not the best exit.
As fate would have it, A. Anderson and B. Anderson are sitting right next to each other in the qualifying.
stop the count. Keep them next to each other.
And that'll wrap up
they will
qualifying,
remain.
folks. Thank you, everybody.
Yep.
Return to your pit stalls and turn off your engines.
Yep. So, everything is right in the world. These two are with each other again. But that is the end of the silver qualifying. Anyone who is out there right now, once you cross the line before the 10-minute mark, you are allowed to finish that lap. So we have Nate Specht on a good lap here, coming up on 3/10 up. Jay Sparks looking at 4/10 up, coming up to the line.
Doug Mitchell
and
finding
he's going to get it,
4/10 too.
improving from 8th place to third place.
Very huge, massive, huge for the program.
Douglas Mitchell looking really good, up 4/10. Nate Specht still holding a 10.5 here. See if he can carry it through these final corners. These are brutal ones. Improving on that time a little bit. And losing it. And improving and losing. Improving and losing. Biting my nails. Oh God. McCrow.
He's done it. He got the exit.
Good lap for Doug there.
Good enough for one spot. It's brutal. But now
there's
he's
2
actually
tenths
with
for
the
Nate.
pack.
And Nate's going to move up from 8th place, or 9th place, all the way up to 4th. So that's a fantastic lap for him.
Well, McCrow
Looks like
snags P8 with a
Yep.
huge improvement. Right at the last second, right at the buzzer.
Yep, so that is the silver qualifying, folks. Our
Schwartz is
poll.
going to improve huge on his time
Oh.
here, I think.
I didn't see him out.
He's nearly up 3/10.
He's already sitting in 5th place, so that...
Divisional P3.
Ooh, and he's going to...
P3.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, P3.
Good stuff.
So our silver qualifiers are Stallworth in first here with a 146.0.
Hey, can we get that pip
Dromo in second.
out of the pits?
Whoa, I'm talking about
He's
the silver
talking here,
drivers. I'm
fine.
looking at the silver drivers. Okay,
Show me the
I'll switch it to
action.
someone.
Show me the action.
Schwartz in third place. Sparks in fourth. Nate Specht in fifth. Some movers and shakers here. Some people I want to point out. Evan Kim didn't have such a great qualifying tonight. A. Anderson and B. Anderson are separated. Hold up. Where'd B. Anderson go? Oh, I don't even see him in the
Where'd he
game.
go?
Oh, God.
Hopefully, when he comes back, he'll be right next to Anderson.
Yeah, I believe it. I trust. Joe Wong, a D2 transplant, looking at him very closely as he is coming back into the D1 grid with a 147, 14th place, looking good. Got to shout out Victor Diaz in 9th place. And, yeah.
Well, in chat, they're shouting out Koa Dromo and Cleansing, as well as Nick Sand.
Let's go, Nick.
Brant Cleansing, I've been wanting to see another fantastic performance out of him. He is kind of one of the sleeper drivers here in D1 Gold. But when he puts it down, boy, does he put it down. He is extraordinarily fast. He's just had, in my opinion, some bad luck these past couple seasons here. So I'm looking forward to see what he can do.
I want to see what Fosley does. I had the pleasure of racing him with him in the Endurance in the McLaren. Great guy. Fast driver. Now, but is it just me or is the server a little laggy?
It might just be you. I don't. Maybe a little bit. I saw like one car lag a little bit.
Another car in particular, I've forgotten who it was. It's pretty bad.
Nick San, another person that was shouted out in the 105 Audi machine. Looking good out there. He's been performing well this season. Been very exciting racing from him. Excited to see how he performs. I feel like for some I don't know why I feel like this, but I feel like he's kind of like the underdog in the gold division, even though he's just so blisteringly fast. But I'm always rooting for him out there. He always puts on a good show.
Yeah.
Who else got a shout out, Colin?
Well, Jeffrey's noticed the Anderson twins are back together.
Oh,
excellent. Excellent.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Well, Foz is splitting them up right now, but he's putting a lap together, up half a second on his time here. So hopefully he moves up the grid.
I think what we need to do is anyone that sits between them at the end of the qualifying, just kick them.
Get him out of here.
Just kick them from the server. Yeah, I mean they're messing with the fates. Okay, can't mess with that. You're gonna get a bad juju on the whole league here. So now he's got an invalid lap.
Yeah, I think I jinxed him there. He was on an absolute screamer of a lap there. And invalidated right at the end.
Jinx the whole league, Colin. Jinx the whole league. The world would not be right. Let's look at some folks who are qualifying. Mercer has the fastest lap so far. Yep, just barely with a 146.01.
Oh, and Ryan
Yee puts it up right as I say that with a 145.9. In my opinion, for him, that's his banker lap. I think he's got a real fast one here. 4 minutes left of the qualifying session. That means probably 2 or 3 good laps left for these folks. So we're going to see that time start to shave off really quick.
Matt Lehman finding 5/10 up to P9, just snagging inside the P10. But here's where it gets real tight. So now he's got plenty of time to find that extra 4/10 to get plenty of positions while doing it.
That Trav just sneaked up into the top 10 as well in P8.
Yes, it is. Let's go, Trav.
Yeah. Trav was performed exceptionally well in the practice race. I think he either won it or got second place or something like that. He did really well though, and I was watching him last night, and he was just super solid out there. He looked like he really felt the track and felt the car, and it just looked like natural. I was looking at it like, man, this looks easy. What am I doing? So he's going to perform well tonight. I trust in that. Matt Lehman up a little over a tenth here. Patrick Russ sitting in fourth place,
Up 3
up 2.5
tenths.
tenths. Yep.
That's enough for provisional pole right now.
But Ryan Yee is going to make sure that doesn't happen. Just behind him, a tenth and a half up. He's going to get it and then snag it right back. Patrick Russ is looking at 4 tenths now. Let me switch to him. What am I doing? Here we go. Yep, and there we go. Provisional pole for Patrick Rust. Ryan Yee is coming right behind him, 2.5 tenths up. Can he carry it through the corner here? And he will.
Yes, he can.
Snagging pole
4
right back.
hundredths.
Yep.
Let's go back to
First,
Matt Lehman, just exiting Sector 3 right now on a flyer. Up 3 tenths, almost finding more, went a little bit too deep and scrubbed off most of his advantage there. That's a shame. Just lost 1.5 tenths.
PC
Still
Storm
good
Gang
for
says,
P8.
where is Spangler? Spangler is in P3, 1/10 off a pole. Just set that flying lap.
1/10 off. Wow. So let's see we've hit 145.7. My guess was 145.5. Do you think they got another 2 tenths in them in this field?
I was seeing 145.4s in the pre-race practice.
Maybe they're nervous.
I don't know what they were saying to them in the driver's briefing. Just must have been total verbal abuse.
From Doug and Tyler, I believe it.
You guys have been crashing too much.
You're embarrassing me. You're making me look like shit.
You guys are making me look bad in front of my racing friends.
How are we supposed to get sponsors
Mom.
when you drive like this?
Yeah.
Bosley Majid snagging P15 with nice 3 or 4 tenths improvement there. Very nice. You need every position you can get around this track because you're not going to want to have to gain those spots in the race.
Ramesh Casas sitting in 39th right now, not setting a lap yet for some reason. And both him and Duran both. There's 30 seconds left of the qualifying run here. Duran's about to set
nearly
his lap.
invalidating.
Come on, Duran. Come on. Come on. Oof.
It's something.
Setting a 147.2. Sitting in 35th position. Ramesh Casas still on his lap here, about halfway through it. See if he can get it done. This is going to have to be his one-lap wonder.
Vicini up 3 tenths. Oh, so happy to see it. I feel like our grid thieves with Vicini and, everybody else has been kind of having a rough season and rough last race. Let's see some results for grid thieves. Oh, and he's lost some of that advantage, only down to 1/10 now. Good enough for P5, though.
Yeah, any improvement here will help a lot. I think it's P1 through P29 is within 1 second right
It's
now.
insane.
Yeah, that is just ridiculous.
And Diego
gets himself in P4 with a 145.8.
That's a mic
That
drop
was his
moment.
one-lap wonder right there. Oh, yeah. Imagine if he had 2.
That'd be overpowered.
He was just giving the other drivers a chance.
What a gentleman.
Yeah, seriously, like, this is the gentleman's racing league, guys. Like I said, the best in North America. Where are you gonna find good sports like that?
Oh, but Jeff Spangler he's waiting in the wings. He might snag provisional pole. He's got the delta to do it. He's just got to bring it home in the last 2 corners. And he's doing it. He's finding more time.
Nordstrom up 3 tenths, about to cross the line, and gaining.
Spangler up 2 tenths.
That's it. He's got provisional pole.
Nordstrom goes from 11th to 5th with a 145.8, and Spangler with the pole.
And he does it with the 45.6.
One driver that was left on track, and I don't know what happened to that.
Invalidated, surely.
Oh, dang. Oh no, it was Quig. He actually jumped up a bunch of positions. I'm not sure where he was, but he's in ninth now. All right,
Good job, Quig.
so our drive here. Our poll is Spangler, Ryan Yee, Patrick Rust, Fimbers Casas, Travis Nordstrom, Jay Mercer, Vicini. I've gone past the poll. I'm just naming people now. Stallworth, Quig, and Riley. That was our top 10. I switched it up midway on you guys. Stallworth in the silver division, driving that 317 Honda to 8th place. Very good qualifying run for him. Dromo in 13th place overall. He's 2nd place for the silver division. Matt Schwartz, 3rd place for the silver division. Somehow still missing his livery. I know I just updated it.
Me too.
I gotta message him. I swear I did. Matt Schwartz though, and then number 11 Honda, and his carbon fiber livery in 14th. That's 3rd place for the silver division. Let's these guys are getting their cars set up, all that good stuff, getting ready for the race. Making sure they got their tire pressures set wrong.
Of course.
Too low amount of fuel. All that good stuff.
It is a warm track. It is 36 degrees.
Oh, Polly, before we... Oh, wow. What? Say
Yep,
that again?
36
Jesus.
degrees.
I was going to say, Polly, do you want to run us through the penalties for this race? I believe we only had one.
Penalties. Colin, actually, can you do that? Because you can tab out. I'm doing a track walk right now.
Yep.
Or a livery walk.
Sound off in chat,
Colin's-
folks. Tell us your favorite liveries.
Yeah, we've been looking at these all year. I'm still impressed. Liveries just are looking super crisp. Can't wait to see what folks do next season. Every year, people get more, or every season feels like a year. People get more and more creative with the liveries, and not only are we just the best league in NA, we're the best looking league.
That's right.
I challenge you to find a league with as many custom liveries in it as this one.
And not just that, we're all
seriously.
exceptionally handsome, too.
Oh yes, of course. That was a given.
You're right.
I think
I
had to
shouldn't
say that.
boast.
Yeah,
You're right.
come on.
I'm sorry. But yeah, congrats to Jeff Spangler for that out of nowhere P1 snag. I think this is going to be an interesting race.
So I think Santana is starting from the pits, which I'm assuming is a penalty.
No, my boy! Your thieves can't catch a break.
I cannot confirm that, but
He's in the pits currently. That's for sure. Wait, are the penalties not posted? I'm looking now. Penalties for Division 1. Adam Santana with a pit lane start, race 5 at Snetterton.
It's not fair.
That's it for
It's
us
rigged.
here at D1. But I will say that this track, there may or may not be some carnage to kick us off here. This is a very tight track, and when people are antsy and they want to go 3 wide, things get a little bumpy. So he still has a chance to gain good positions here. I would not count him out from snagging 10 or 15 positions if he can just keep his head in it and keep his foot in it.
Still rigged. Can I appeal this on his behalf?
Might be a little late for that now. I'm sure you can bring it up with the head stewards. Get your pitchfork.
I've got a little bit of
Torch.
cloud around here, right? I'll make something happen.
We're just the commentators, man.
Smidge. Yeah, I just work here.
Yeah, man, I just work here. I don't make the rules, man.
So as we're on the outlap, does anybody have any predictions? I do want to shout out Jeffries in chat. He CGA's predictions predicted Spangler to win this race, and Spangler currently is in P1.
Jeffries,
I'm
I'm
rooting for
trusting
Diego.
Jeffries on this. Diego, that would be insane. If we could get a Diego comeback win here, I think we'd all be smiling.
I can feel it.
Be nostalgic. Diego
Yeah.
getting a win here.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I might just have to trust what Jeffrey says. He's really in tune with SRA, really in tune with D1, and Spangler has just shown some incredible pace. So we will see. We will see.
I'm gonna take Patrick Russ here, sitting in P3 in the Mercedes.
As the drivers are lined up double file, going onto the straight here, getting ready to start off. In the picture-in-picture, I'm on board with Patrick Rust in the number 81 Mercedes for Blind Hen Racing. And Jess, if you could cover some of the happenings in the back,
Sure.
that'd be fantastic.
This
And
turn
we are
one.
off and away here at SRA Season 5, Race 5 here at Snetterton in the day. As
Spangler got a
everyone
good
takes
jump
off down
here.
the line. Spangler gets a good jump. Patrick Rust hits the curb, gets a little wide, gets a little squeezy with the folks around him. But everyone seems to make it through T1 safe here in the front, at least. Definitely a hairy one. Oh, and as I say
Wide.
that,
Oh,
Fembers
and somebody
Casas,
spins.
Nordstrom are both spun around.
Oh, and everybody's punching each other right at the apex of the
Yep.
hairpin.
Yep,
The accordion effect is in full effect.
Uh-huh.
But they're still going double here.
Nordstrom falling back to 14th position from 4th, so that's very unfortunate for him. But the whole rest of the front of the grid here seems to be doing just fine. Spangler breaking away from the group, like quite a bit. And Patrick Rust and Ryan Yee have already kind of paced themselves out. Stallworth
Nordstrom.
falling 1.2 seconds behind them. Oh, man. People
It's
banging doors.
2x2 from the front to the back of the whole grid. There's a pass happening every half second right now. But nobody's murdered. Well, one person started from the pit, so he's in
Fembers
the back.
Casas. Well, that too.
Oh,
Fembers Casas
Kinger
got
gets
a little bit,
nearly spun
something.
around, and oh, the Porsche
Oh,
up front,
what's
it's about to turn into a
flying?
parking lot. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, gee.
Did that thing
Durant's
just fly over
backwards
the
on track. Ooh, that Honda squirming around the track. Ugh. This is not good.
So
Griffith
Griffith
and
Durant's
Durant's.
are the biggest losers out of that, but I don't think there were any
Yep.
winners there.
Nope.
That was... Oh, and we got a little bit more. Just
Ooh, come on, guys.
Oh, and
come on.
we got a Ferrari, and it's Pav going off. It's just madness right now.
We spoke too soon.
Oh, everything's going well. Boom, crash, bang.
Yeah, that third sector, man, that third sector is tricky, especially when it's cars and they're still going double.
Oh, Matt
Saw
Schwartz
car
getting
go a
around
little wide
Fosley.
there.
Go, did you just go around the outside, off the curb? That was insane.
Yeah, I saw a car really wide. I was gonna say it looked alright and must have made a
Like, how'd he
pass.
hold
That would have
that?
been
Oh, but Fosley strikes back up the inside of
Up
the
the
hairpin,
inside.
and oh no, the Honda gets a better exit.
But
Oh,
Foz
but
has
Fosley
the
gets
inside here.
again, but still, the Honda keeps fighting back on getting these better exits, and he gets the job done. And oh, Trav gets spun around, accordion
no.
effect in full effect, and he was just a victim there. He found his spot.
Moving back to 20th position.
That sucks, man.
Trent's not
Good
where
luck
he
on the
wants to be.
recovery. Oh, but he's got
Ooh, he's got people
there's a
swerving all around.
slow
There's a Honda
of
going
of
left, going
Sparks.
right.
Sparks was like 100 miles per hour down on the speed limit there. Don't know what for.
Riley and Lehman are duking it out here. This is a powerhouse battle here. 3/10. Yeah. Nearly trading paint there in the last corner. Riley falling off a little bit, trying to emergency brake. Vicini with the current fastest time. Vicini, sorry.
Oh, Ivan McCroke getting eaten up right now. Barely fending off Stack and Kinger. Oh, and he swings it around the outside. Lives
Cheney,
another
Mercer
sector.
pretty close here, and Stallworth.
Oh, and we see in the back Aston Martin going side by side with, what is that, a Porsche?
This is
Too much happening.
Vicini and Mercer, a Ferrari and a Honda, going side by side here, battling out pretty good here, battling for 5th place. Stallworth is not too far ahead either, only a couple tenths. Lehman is making his way to the front here, sitting in 7th place, 7 tenths off of the back of Vicini.
Yeah, Lehman's up 5 spots here in the beginning 5 minutes of this race. And something we have not mentioned that I feel like I should mention as we see that Porsche go a little wide off track there. I'm not sure if he
I think
was
he got
pushed or
shoved
not.
there. Let's see.
Check this replay out. That's Nick Sand behind an Audi.
Ooh, Nick Sand catches a caution, drops back to 14th position.
Wow.
Travis Nordstrom, I believe, drops a few positions because of the incident as well. Not exactly sure what happened, but he's got a couple of banged up panels on the side. Not a great start. Any catching up to Mercer a little bit here.
Oh, Jesus. Koadromo getting eaten up right now by Nick Sand fighting back. And now he's got to deal with Mr. Sir, too.
Yep. Tyler James not too far behind, looking to capitalize on any mistakes that are made here. 3 tenths off the back of Mr. Sir. Travis Robertson vibing in 19th position, 5 tenths off the back of Loic.
We've got blue flags already. See that?
Yeah. Relative. Who we got? Durant's, who got caught in some early accidents. Must have went back for repairs because, if I remember correctly, he had a really banged up looking Porsche.
That's right.
Didn't look good on the chrome paint, so he had to get that polished out.
And I'm assuming some cars are running with damage currently, knowing that the pit window is opening far sooner this
That's
week
right.
than previous.
That's right.
Yeah, the 40-minute pit window this week.
Fan favorite, very popular. Or driver favorite, at least.
We've been testing it out here at SRA. This is our second full-on test run in an official race here. I like it. I heard some mixed opinions from some drivers, but then again, I looked in the staff chat and everyone's loving it. So I'm not really sure how I feel about it. Yeah, I got to do another race, see how we wind up. Watch very closely as to what the best strategy is here, because these D1 folks, what makes them D1 is they put in the extra work, the extra hours, doing the practice and trying to figure stuff like this out. Like, where do I pit in this larger pit window? Trying to figure out the best strategy. So make sure to watch for what the most successful strategy is here tonight. Ryan Yee with the fastest lap so far with a 1:46.8 on full trim fuel. That's pretty darn quick.
He's 1 second off of our leader, Spangler.
Yep.
Evan Kim
put
up
a
the inside of
1:46.8.
Chan. Good for P34.
Great move, Evan.
Let's go, Evan. Always rooting for my boy, Evan.
Got the bad Honda boys of Tyler James and Loic in tandem, P17 and P18. Held up by Mr. Sir. I think if they clear him, they got a ways to go to catch up to the next pack. Nate Specht getting around. Who's that? Oh, no, that's the blue flag. That's got to be Durant's, isn't it?
He's trying to get around Clinton
yeah,
here.
it's,
McLaren for McLaren.
Complicating that fight.
You know,
up ahead, Diego gets around Fosli.
If open invitation here, Cleansing and Lehman. If you want to, join the best McLaren team in the league, and you want to avoid McLaren tragedy and carnage, you know who to call. Okay. Just to our powerhouse of a team. Matt Lehman is the old guard of the fast drivers here in SRA. Coming back into the McLaren this season, looking good in it so far, but has yet to find any major success, especially with how much faster everyone new in the league is.
They're so fast. Can everybody stop being faster than me? We need more slow people.
It's pretty stupid how many fast people are in here. I swear I spend most moments of my free time racing, and then people just
oh yeah, I started 3 months ago.
Crazy race.
And I didn't go online until 2 weeks ago. Where do I qualify? Like the next day, they're putting down times for D1. It's happened like twice now.
Yeah, I'm on a G29 with broken pedals, and I've never played ACC before.
I would like to put on the record for Lehman's sake, he did win Mizano last week in the rain.
This is true.
Yep.
I completely forgot. My bad, Lehman. Found tremendous success here in Season 5.
Well, yeah, looking at his point stats, he's got a P2 finish, a P1 finish, but then he has 2 races that he did not do too well on, scoring 0 points and 1 point. So we'll get one of those dropped, but hoping for well, I don't know.
Oh, Grant Cleansing is off.
Points.
Off and into the barrier and dropping 10 positions now. Grant Cleansing.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, and now here's even more. This is all the way to the back of the pack now.
Not a McLaren.
We were singing too much praise about this team. We jinxed them.
Straight into the pits. Okay, it's not totally race over. It was right in front of the pits.
The pit window did open.
Yep.
That's a lot of cars that are going to be lapping together for the next 48 minutes.
Yep. So he's still in it, but man, that sucks.
Yeah,
his teammate though, Matt Lehman's still doing great up in P7.
Yep. So Doug Mitchell, Chris Brown, Cleansing, Marlowe, Santana, Kinger, A. Anderson, and OMG's Pav all went into the pits. They're all headed out now. Chris Stefiak, I believe, also went into the pits. Nick Sand might have went into the pits, maybe not. I don't know. I didn't catch it in time. I didn't really realize the pits opened. That was quick.
Yes, sir.
Only 10 minutes.
Thick pit window.
Yep. So 40-minute pit window. Watch where all these folks that I just list off end up. See where they end up. See how many positions that they gained for those watching at home and trying to find out the best strategy. Stallworth is 2/10 off the back of Patrick Russ, battling for 3rd position. Thing that makes the 40-minute pit window hard. It's a little bit difficult to find out where your positioning and relative to other drivers are.
Yeah, it can get tricky.
We're watching the battle for the lead right now within half a second.
Ooh, yeah, put that on the main screen.
It's there.
Yeah, Jess has already got it up. Ryan E looking to hunt down fellow McLaren driver. We'll see if he's gonna pace that with Bangler here.
Still mid-engine, but yeah.
I got McLaren stuck in my head.
I mix them in my head all the time, man.
They are somewhat comparable. Yeah, you said they're both mid-engine. Looks like Stallworth.
Oh, we got a drive-through. Travis Nordstrom. No, Trav.
Stallworth.
That had to be from his pit entry because he served his pit. Sorry, Trav.
In the picture-in-picture, Stallworth just got by Patrick Russ, but Patrick is still 3/10 off of the back of Stallworth. Something could still happen here.
Cheney hunting down Mercer. Oh, I love to see it. Get him, Felipe.
Duran is just praying for some hope for his Plan E Racing Coca-Cola Ferraris on the track. That team has not had the best of luck this season. I might be proven wrong again. It's a little hard to remember here. Every
I'm
single
not.
finishing position, okay. But from what I've seen, these Ferraris have not had the best of time this season, not for a lack of skill. So be very interesting to see if Mercer can pull through here with the top 5. That would be really fantastic for him.
For anybody asked about Mr. Sir, he is up 6th spot, currently in 12th. A little harder to gauge knowing. Oh, and that was just Foz that went wide off the track into turn 1.
Oz. Oh no, let me get the replay. What happened?
That was Mr. Sir following Foz.
Oh, he's a little wide.
Oh,
Oh,
that grass.
and it's just an ocean of grass out there. Wow.
And he does pick up some damage there on that left side due to that fence being there, unfortunately.
About 2 laps later, and Evan Kim cannot shake these Lamborghinis of Chan and Anderson. Wonder, this might last all the way till the end.
Cheney 3/10 over the back of Mercer now, 2/10, closing the gap into the sharp chicane here. I'm going to get on board with Cheney. This is my favorite view right here. You get a little mirror
I love
action.
the passenger seat.
You can see what the wheel is doing. You get a personal connection to the driver here.
And you feel the car,
you can really
too,
see
'cause the
how
camera moves
sketchy
with
it is as he gets really squirrely here in the
Real
last
close.
corner. Now falling off 8/10 the back of Mercer. I'm confident he's going to catch up with that, though. We might have commentators cursed him in that specific corner.
Might have, he says.
My bad.
Might have.
Look, it's a real thing, folks.
It is.
The one thing you can hope for in a race is that the commentators don't look at you, because 2 corners later, just the unknown force will come down from the heavens and jerk your wheel to the right into the wall or something. So,
Many such cases.
yes, this is true. Loic, our French-Canadian friend here, driving the number 270 Honda off the back of his teammate and glorious leader, Tyler James, in the number 2 Honda. 5/10 separating the two, battling for 13th position.
Love seeing the twins fight on track.
The cameras, we've had some bad bouts of cameraman here. If you know someone who is a cameraman and can do some track work for us, hit us up, because the cameramen that are here at Snetterton kind of suck. They don't know what they're doing. They're confused. Same thing at Indy. As Loic goes off track a little bit, gets back on, as Tyler James is letting him by. Interesting. Now Tyler's going to have to face Sparks behind. Oh, Loic getting really squirrely. Was it the right move to let him by? Badmans. Team orders causing some chaos here for the Badmans.
Tyler's right up his tailpipe again. Let's see if any gap starts to develop.
Yep.
I'm interested to see if one of them pit having issues like this running so close together.
If I was one of them, I would pit. I think it would be best for them, especially in the position they are. They're probably going to find clean air when they come out. So it doesn't make sense if you're with your teammate to run in a pack like this. Only a few tenths are separating the two, and now Tyler, because he conceded the spot, and Loic didn't even have the best run-up, he's now battling with Sparks. What other fun gaps do we have on track here? Just ahead, Coadromo.
Still reeling in, Mr. Sir.
Yep, Hawaiian themed livery versus the Grave Bendy Brew themed livery. Who will win?
And
5 tenths separating the two.
for fellow drivers watching the stream, interested to see how fast these guys are lapping in. Our top three right now are lapping in the low 47s. At least that was their last lap. Their best lap being in the 46s. So that is some fast
With
laps
full
here with
fuel,
a good amount
geez.
of fuel. Yep.
Yep, Spangler with the 47.2, Yee with the 47.2, Stallworth sitting a faster lap than the two with the 47.0. Midway down the field, Matt Schwartz, or actually Mr. Sir, is sitting on 47.3. So these folks are not too far off in race pace. Some of them. Some people are struggling around here,
Yeah.
and I can't blame them. This is a hard track, like we were saying.
This grid's really starting to get strung out now. Starting to not just see separate packs, but separate drivers.
Yeah, I think that's happened with this longer pit window as we see M. Sir go into the pits. People really just don't want to race too much here. It slows you down when you're behind a car, having to race with the car, and it's much easier to pit and hope for clear air, but sometimes it doesn't always work out. Sometimes you come out of pits and you're stuck in a pack.
Yeah, this might be one of the best tracks to have this interesting pit window as Mr. Sir pulls into the pits. Because it's such a technical track and hard to race people here. Gives the people opportunity to spread out and kind of hot lap a little bit.
Yeah, you kind of want to just have your own ideal race. Not really see anybody.
Yeah, that was a big learning curve for me when I first started racing. To race means not to race.
Yep.
Chris Stefiak doing donuts in the grass. Getting
Risky
back on
place
track
to
nice
be
and safely.
rejoining, but
Oh,
yeah.
and there's another Honda right behind him.
Oh, Marlowe.
Doing donuts. That was Marlowe, and he has major front end damage from
see what
contacting
happened
that
here.
tire barrier.
He went and tried to attack one of our cameramen.
Oh, he got a little oversteer
blame
and then
him.
snapped right into the
Yep.
barrier.
Two Hondas in the same corner. Maybe some foreshadowing for what is to come here. 38 minutes left of the race. Can't believe it's gone by this quickly. As we're approaching the halfway point, Jeffrey's prediction is still looking pretty good. Spangler sitting in first place. Ryan Yee, though, catching up. His last lap, the fastest lap of the race, a 1:46.6. So he's now 5 tenths out of the back of Spangler. So we're going to have to see how this fight plays out. I'm going to stay on here for a while in the picture-in-picture.
Oh, and Joel Semedo off track. What happened here?
Like
He's right on the edge. Right on the edge. Oh, too much. Hits the brakes and the rear end just keeps rotating.
What a save, though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very lucky to keep it collected. Oh, and right into the pits. Let's go back to the fight up front. Ryan Yee is right off of Jeff Spangler still. Been at it this for what, like 8 laps now?
Yeah, Spangler got a gap a little above 1 second, and Ryan Yee just reeled him right back in. 3 tenths off of him.
They're still fighting not far behind them. The fight for P4 three-way between Rust, Mercer, and Vicini.
Ryan Yee letting that delta fall back a little bit to 8 tenths. But as you can see here from his wheel movements, and his track is just brutal and keeps wanting to snap him around.
Grayson Kinger just got around Anderson. But meanwhile, for that fight for P4, a new challenger approaches. Lehman is slowly reeling in Vicini faster than anybody else is right now.
Yeah, Lehman has had a great race here tonight.
And he's lapping faster than everybody else in front of him except for Spangler. At least the last lap. And for the record, the best lap so far is still Ryan Yee with a 46.6.
Stupid fast. That's most people would have been dancing to see that in qualifying.
Yeah,
He sets that
no kidding.
halfway through the race.
We are checking their cars after the race for nitrous, just in case.
Yeah, submit your hard drives to SRA headquarters for checking.
Yeah, checking their helmets for sticky stuff.
His
Call the
computer's
umpire out.
juiced.
We might have one of those scenarios where Denny Hamlin at Pocono this year, where he wins the race and then instantly gets disqualified. So watch out for that, folks.
Well, up ahead, Travis Nordstrom getting around Victor Diaz. Looks like he did it in the hairpin left-hander.
Yeah, and these drivers have already served their pit stop, so they're looking to set as fast laps as they can to try to get in front of some of these other guys here.
That's right.
Ryan
Now's the
Yee
time to put the pedal down.
Looks like
Ryan-
21 drivers still have yet to pit, so still a lot of pit stops to be made.
Ryan Yee has closed that gap again, now down to 3/10 here in the picture-in-picture, battling for the lead with Spangler. Spangler's just been setting these uber consistent 47.2s while Ryan Yee's been trying to catch up. His last lap, a 46.7.
Yeah, and I'm not a great strategist, but I'm wondering if Ryan is just waiting to see what Spangler does.
You know, by the looks of it, I think Yee is exercising his tires more than Spangler. Spangler looks a little bit more smooth and consistent. Has been putting down the same lap time after time. While Ryan Yee's been up and down and sliding a little bit here. So we're able to see how tire wear plays out with this. This Honda is very squirrely at this track, though, watching from the interior cam here.
And this truck is a tire eater, coming into a lot of hard braking zones and then quick rights, quick lefts.
And especially this last corner here, I'm watching, with just scrubbing the tires all the way to get the right time and the right line around it. No choice. Oh, Ryan baiting a little bit of pit action there. Doesn't do it, though. I might pit if I was Ryan, though. He
I would,
has good
100%.
pace, but every time he catches up to Jeff, he falls off.
Yeah, there's no point in
So-
finding this battle here.
Yeah, I think if I were him, I would head into the pit and try to put in as many good laps as he can.
Yeah, because look at the track map. There's gaps in the field everywhere.
Yeah, and so what's the last position to not pit? So
P20,
20.
Brian Anderson.
P20, okay.
And Brian Anderson is 49 seconds behind the leader.
I guess he's probably worried about traffic at the end of the field with 16, 17, 18 sort of people here. So I don't know what the right call is, but something's going to happen.
Yeah, something's got to give. If I were him, I would not want to be stuck behind Spangler the whole race trying to figure out where it's going to happen. He's got the pace clearly to hang on. Maybe alone he's going to be faster, so go for it. Well, looks like Tyler James narrowly keeping it out of Loick's rear end. But they're still
Neither
together.
of them have
Loick
pit yet.
let Loick ahead, but he hasn't pulled away. I wonder if he's holding up Tyler now.
Yeah, that's definitely a frustrating situation. Trying to let someone by thinking that they have the pace, but I've been in that situation in Loic's shoes before, as Tyler James catches a caution off track here in the third sector.
Oh, and he's still there. He's slow getting back on track.
Yep. So he's going to drop from 13th position.
Losing another spot now.
Yep. Down to 16th.
Do I need to say it?
Nope.
Commentators. Okay.
Oh, and look at the hood up on the front of that Honda. That Jack Skellington skin not looking good with big gash marks in the front of it. So, has he pit yet? No, he's not pit. So, at least there's that. He can try to get in and repair that damage. But we've been seeing Hondas go off all day. So, Honda drivers, be warned. Very tricky track. Tricky track, even when you're not driving such a squirrely car.
Hondas know what they signed up for driving a
Yeah.
Honda.
Masochists.
Oh, and here comes a Beamer. M. Sir looking up the inside of Santana. Excuse me, the outside. Santana covers that off pretty well. That would have been a bold overtaking spot there, but would not
It's
put it
worked
past Sir to
before.
make happen.
Oh, but the BMW tries to send around the outside still. That is not going to work around this long right-hander.
Has Santana pit yet?
Yeah, both
Yes.
of these drivers have pit.
Well, then Santana's doing pretty well for himself for having started in the pit lane.
Yes, he is.
Tyler James also heads into the pits to repair that damage, sitting in there for quite a little while. So hopefully he can get back on track and try to stop the bleeding as best he can. As I'm not sure who that was, but I saw one of the blind hen AMGs catching a little bit of dirt there. That must have been Patrick Rust, who has Mercer right behind him in the number 210 Ferrari, driving for Dominic Duran and Plan E Racing, the Coca-Cola racing machine. Tenths between the two. Vicini not too far behind, 8 tenths over the back of Mercer. And
Let's go
Lehman,
grid thieves. Vicini and Riley. Oh, and Lehman. Was that because
Lehman,
of Riley just now? What happened here? That James, if that was you, you're gonna make me feel really stupid.
Here we go, coming around turn 1.
Oh, it wasn't. He just lost it.
Yep. Lehman
Bad
gets back
car,
on track,
lol.
though. No damage. Bad car. Oh, the Honda?
Yeah.
I agree.
Or no, the McLaren.
Hey.
I'm allowed to say it. I
Don't
put
be-
up with it in the endurance.
You ain't allowed to say it.
But anyway, as I was saying, great job, Vicini and Felipe. Let's go. Grid Thieves needs the points.
If you're going to start talking about grid thieves, I'm going to start talking about Nate Specht.
What about him?
My awesome driver here in D1, number 3. I'm not sure how he got that number, but that's a fantastic one. Sitting in 22nd position right now, 7 tenths off the back of McCrow.
3 is a good number.
It's the one with the treasure chest. First is the worst, second is the best. So he's got a treasure chest, ladies. Contact him.
It looks like our midfield fight, at least in this train, is getting a little bit thicker. A little bit.
B. Anderson with the drive-through.
Oh no.
Oh no. That's not going to fare well for the AB Anderson stack. Speaking of,
On
where
the
is
gift
A.
wrap
Anderson?
Honda off track, nearly losing a spot to Mr. Sir, who sends it up the inside.
They touch.
They touch. And it looks like the BMW lifts a little bit to give it back to the Honda. Good sport.
Also going to talk about my driver driving the number 53 Champion Motorsports machine, Joao Semedo. 4 tenths over the back of Chris Brown, sitting in 27th position right now. Looking up the inside of Chris here. Too far to make anything happen, but he's going to have a good advantage here in this last couple of turns. That McLaren does like that long right. And these nice whoop-de-doos here.
The Porsche of Kinger nearly losing it there. Really struggling to keep it on. And oh, Mr. Sir looks like he has to dive to get a different line to not put it in the rear end of Stefiak.
I thought he was going to go in the grass there for a
Me
second.
too. I thought it was
Tires
over.
dipped for a little bit.
Looked like it was all over.
Joao
Yeah, he's
getting a
trying
good run on Chris Brown here, and Chris Brown is 4 tenths off the back of Douglas Mitchell, so we're looking at a little train forming here in the back half of the race.
Oh, Brown covering it off.
Zhao might have a good run here for this next one. Gonna tuck in behind for this left-hander, actually. As Chris is even closer to that ass in front of him, Doug. Whoa!
Server.
Hello.
Oh my gosh.
I looked away for a quarter second. I see him off track. Chris Brown
Chris.
now a 10th off of the back of Douglas Mitchell. Gotta be sweating up there.
Seems like right as they have a good run, the next corner comes up. And There's not enough room here. Gonna have to time it out.
Doug was talking to us before the race, saying that he wasn't so confident in this one. Wasn't able to put down any good quali times, but he seems to be doing all right here. Sitting in 24th position, it's not too bad of a spot to be, especially when
You could do far
a bunch
worse.
of people still haven't pit. Yeah, you can do far worse.
McLaren taking a deep line there. Very different from the Honda.
He's just finding the better racing line. Okay, he's just more skilled like that. Evan Kim, though, using this opportunity of these folks battling up front to catch up. Now 2/10 off the back of Joao. Former teammates here, so interesting to see how this plays out.
Oh, we got a blue flag up ahead. Oh, and he's getting in the way.
Oh, when he's
Ooh,
spinning.
looking at the inside, can't do anything.
What is that? That's that
Ooh,
Marla?
Mr. Sir in the BMW sending it up the inside of
that's
Evan
not.
Kim.
I was wrong. That's not even a blue flag. That's just Diego falling back the order. I don't know why.
Position, yeah, trying not to lose spots, but unfortunately he's on the outside here. The Porsche's trying to follow Nate through. Diego does not want it to happen, and looks like it won't. Maybe it will. No, it won't. He keeps a lot of speed there on the outside line.
Mr. Sir making the pass on Evan Kim here, sending it from about a mile away.
I mean, Sir got past Chris Stefik as well.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for DC Storm Games for shouting that out in chat.
Avicini comes in for his pit. He was previously in the top 10. And he'll settle into his true position when he leaves the pits. Or near enough to it.
Evan falling off the back of this group just a little bit here. Joao Semedo also falling off of this pack a little bit. Mr. Sir pushes his way past him. Mr. Sir now breathing down the back of Chris Brown here.
Can reach out and touch him.
Ooh.
Pick the outside line here for turn one as Chris goes for the inside. Can Sir handle enough speed here on the outside? It's going to be tricky.
And he gets
Looks
it.
like he does.
What a move.
Wow.
That takes
I think Chris
some
was
balls.
being a little conservative there, trying not to make any inappropriate touching happen.
Wisely so.
That was a pass and a half. Clip that, put it on YouTube.
Now he's catching up to Chris Brown. He's just cutting through this field. Passenger cam of Mr. Sir
Dummy's up the
here.
inside. Is now looking out to the outside of Douglas.
He's looking everywhere. Oh, he's all over
He's
the
literally
place.
looking everywhere. Oh, and he's
my
found
God.
it.
Oh.
He's
Oh,
found
whoa,
it.
whoa!
Now he goes on the outside.
Take
Doug
the-
on the inside
Take
here.
the faster line, get the better exit, and that's it.
Cameraman is lost
Oh
again.
my
There we go.
goodness.
Man,
Mr. Sir is putting on a display.
he's got 11 seconds to the car
Hi,
in
Doug.
front, which
Thanks
is
for
Victor
waving.
Diaz.
That's the I'm banning you for that pass flash.
That's the death laser right there. We've now got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
7, 8, 9 way fight for P24. Huge train behind Mr. Sir.
Yeah, Mr. Sir, I think, was partially responsible for grouping these folks up here, cutting through them and slowing some folks down. So, yeah, now we have all the way from 24th to 32nd.
Diego just got around Nate Specht. This fight is maybe even hairier. Oh, dives to the apex, but there's a McLaren there.
Travis Nordstrom not far behind either. Joao Semedo off the back of Chris Brown yet again, 1/10 separating the two. As Joao is looking at the outside, Chris goes to defend to the inside, goes wide a little bit. Joao gets his nose in and is going to make the pass. Chris gets on the curb a little bit. Joao
He nearly pits him.
Gets a little tapped a little bit. I might feel bad as
Oh.
conceding the position. And no. Oh my gosh. The car's narrowly avoiding him.
Oh, and he's back on track
He's
in the
backwards
wrong
on track.
spot. Wrong spot, buddy.
What is happening?
You can't park
Go
there,
the other
sir.
way.
Go other way. Up. There we go. You know, like a Need for Speed, like the wrong way thing. That's what he needs. He needs that.
Oh, and look at this pack now.
They're still fighting. They don't care.
Lambo B Chan attacking Porsche.
Oh, and he's got it up the inside. Oh, but the Porsche's right back there.
Porsche to the brakes. Double through the corner. And
Evans
Chan's
Kim.
sticking it
Crazy.
out.
Evan Kim still keeping the fight on Chris Brown here. 2/10 separating between the two. And Evan Kim is looking awful frosty here. I think he wants it. He wants to chase down his teammate Doug.
And it looks like our leaders are ridiculously close right now.
Yeah, they've been
Saw
3/10
Ryan
the whole
Yee.
race.
Yeah, I saw Ryan Yee there, a 10th on the deltas there.
You guys go
Neither
try and
have
cover
pit,
that.
though.
I know, they're probably bored of seeing each other now. Oh, we got Brandon
Oh.
Chan up the inside of Santana, side by side on the exit. Neither of them winning yet, but it's the left-hander coming up. That'll do it for Grid Thieves if he holds it. Let's go. Oh, he hits
Santana
too
in
much
front.
curb. Goes too
Chan
slow.
in front. Chan still in front. Porsche now looking on the outside.
Still side by side.
Santana, better line on the inside and then gets in front of Chan.
Santana is cutting it up back there.
Brandon Chan goes around the outside and closes the door.
Wow.
Right now, though, I'm looking at Firmus Costas and McCrow going side by side through the chicane here. McCrow backs out just a little bit to make sure that nothing bad happens there. But now he is under direct fire from Nate Specht, 1/10 separating the two. And Travis Nordstrom wants in on the smoke, too.
Oh, and he's
now
in.
He's side by side with Nate Specht here, taking the outside line. Victor Diaz is also not far behind this situation either, looking to capitalize on any of the mistakes made here. Yeah, Nordstrom wants this one. We've seen him time and time again. He really, really wants these positions, really wants to win.
All over Nate here.
Looking in, looking out, doing everything he can, everything he knows to try to get on the back of him, stay on the back of him. Now falling back just a little
Victor
bit, 4/10
Diaz now.
between the two. Yeah, Victor Diaz now 2/10 off of the back of him, going into the hairpin here. Both cars just single file it through. Yeah,
I thought something big was going to happen there.
I did
But
too.
all cars kept their spots. Everybody handled their car nicely through that. Very respectful racing across the grid being shown tonight. Yeah, we give D1 shit sometimes for some of their incidences, but at the same time we have to remember they are lapping bumper to bumper 60 minutes the entire race.
Croat catching a little bit of dirt here, binding up the group. Nate having to go to the outside to make sure he avoids any collision here. Travis poking his nose in where Nate should have been. Catching a little curb here, losing a little speed going onto the straight here. And this poor shorty does have a disadvantage as the McLaren kind of starts to pull away a little bit here. But Victor Diaz now almost side by side with Travis Nordstrom, but falls back a little bit. Travis getting a little squirrely through the chicane here, but everyone just files in, keeps their positions yet again. Loic Normandou going to the pits, coming out in 16th.
5
Patrick
minutes.
Rust also in the pits. 5 minutes remaining of the pit window. So those folks who haven't pit yet are going to be looking to do so now.
That would be also considering our first 2 leaders, or first 2 drivers on the grid right now. Our leaders, Spangler and Ryan Yee. That's Sparks and Stallworth. Matching their cars very well here with that neon green. Oh, when a Coca-Cola goes spinning. It's Jay Mercer in the 210 Ferrari.
He's
What the
performing
dog doing?
very well tonight.
Looks like that curb just unsettled it. Put him in the grass. Oh, that
Oh,
grass
that's
didn't want him
brutal.
back on track.
Just sucked him back
Mercer
in.
Falling back to 9th position, 9/10 to the car behind.
Oh, Stallworth
Now
and
6
Sparks
tenths.
side by side. What's it gonna be going into sector 3? Oh, Sparks backs out wisely. 2 does not go into that braking zone.
These 2 drivers still maintaining a nice close gap here. 2/10 separating McCroat and Nate. Now 1/10 off the back of Nate is Travis Nordstrom. Just back and forth like a seesaw. These guys keep getting closer, getting further, getting closer.
I know,
See
it's
some
driving me
action.
crazy.
That Honda behind Victor, is that a blue flag?
It must be.
Yeah, because should be a BMW behind him. Yeah, yeah.
That is Marlowe driving the 549 Honda. I believe he's teammates with Chris Brown. Oh, Travis and Nate going side by side while I was looking away there. Hold up. Fazli Majid getting in on the action, somehow getting in this. I don't know where he came from, but he is now in 18th position between Nate and McCroat, who have been battling for quite a while here.
Oh, it's Spangler and E both pit at the same time.
Who
So-
has the faster pit team?
So now we're going to see where they come out in relation to Vicini, our leader of the people who've already pit.
Yeah, so Stallworth, who was in P3 and he pit a few laps ago. And Stallworth is now in P12, so I feel like we're going to be seeing them come out in P11, P10.
Negative Ghost Rider, P4 and P5.
Well, something must have happened to Stallworth that I missed then, because Stallworth was way up there.
Well, if Vicini was hoping for a podium, he's got a little bit more work cut out for him.
McCroat pulling away just a little bit here. 6/10 between him and Fazli. Good break for him from Nate Specht, but Nate wants to chase him down. He's got Fazli in the way, so let's see if throwing Fazli in here was gonna change some stuff up. Fazli going deep into the corner. Nate and Trav are gonna get by. Maybe not Trav. Travis Nordstrom left out of the party here, and somehow Nate also has to tuck in behind.
Ooh, McLaren nearly pitting
how-
himself on the Porsche. Specht on Nordstrom.
How Fazli managed to keep that position, I think, is a miracle. This is the fight for 17th position, 18th position here.
Lehman and Quigg into the pits, our current leaders.
Oh, Travis trying to switch back him, cross him up a little bit.
Not
Gets
quite.
low on the track and can't make anything happen. 2 tenths over the back of him. Gonna lose all that time gained here in the pits, or in the straightaway likely. We will see. Still maintaining that gap. Looking at the inside. Doesn't think he can make it happen.
Well, Mr. Sir, a new challenger
Oh my
approaches.
goodness. Yeah,
It's
Mr.
the
Sir
five-way
gets by
now.
Victor Diaz. Oh gosh. Mr. Sir is cutting up the field.
Mr. Sir has advanced to the next level of this video game and is now having to defeat the next bosses.
Colin, you're gonna trigger some people when you say video game. It's
This
a
is
simulator.
Okay,
It's
I
a
wasn't talking about
simulator.
this game. I was
It's a
more so saying like
Simulator.
he's moving
think
his way
he's up.
through the packs of cars.
Well, Chris Brown gets around Evan Kim for P24.
Derek Stack and Jay Wong both.
And
coming
Ryan
to the
Yee
pits.
moved up into P1.
Oh, we missed it. What?
Oh,
I will get a replay of that immediately.
Jeffries.
Wait, he's already P1. What? I missed it. This must
Yeah,
have
it
happened
seemed
30
to have
seconds
missed.
ago.
I did not see it either.
I am so sorry. Well,
It would have been hard to catch. Like you said, they were within half a second of each other. This
the whole
and
race.
he must have just took advantage coming out of pits, and I think they were clean out of pits. They stuck their position, so something must have happened on that outlap or that first couple laps.
But you know, I
Mr.
said
Fender
Vicini had more work cut out for him. I think I was wrong. It looks to me like he's got P3 in the bag. So that's a blue flag
Yep.
behind him. He's got an 8-second gap to P4. Let's go, Felipe.
Great performance from him tonight. But remember, there's 10 minutes left of this race. Still, anything can happen. We've seen some crazy last lap passes here in SRA. So, 10 minutes left. Or, sorry, 9 minutes left. As Vasily catches a little bit of grass. Still, Nate unable to make anything
Oh, and the
happen.
Porsche almost around the
Yep,
outside, but nowhere to go.
trying yep. Looking for a move. Stallworth setting the fastest lap of the race with a 1:46.4. Very cool. I'm gonna get on the onboard of Travis Nordstrom here and see what he's looking at. The back
Porsche
of the
gets a
champion
slow
Motorsports
exit.
McLaren.
Covers
Now,
off the
Mr. Sir-
apex. Nowhere to go for Mr. Sir. He's got to be licking his chops right now, seeing so many positions in front of him, though, ready for the taking. Same for Victor Diaz, who's lapping even faster than Mr. Sir.
As he goes on the outside here of Mr. Sir.
He's trying.
Tries-
Nothing doing yet. And meanwhile, Ryan Yee's pulled out a whole extra second on Spangler, so I think P1 might be settled.
Unless.
Unless?
Yeah, unless we keep talking about it, and then
Ryan Yee, he's doing really well
Just so
tonight.
great. He can't fail.
He's doing
Hey,
fantastic.
champion in the
out
making.
there,
Do it.
Just keeping it nice and clean.
Can't possibly make a mistake.
Look, actually, maybe we should stop.
Yeah, this might be
the SRA.
unethical at this point.
Yeah, we might be actually charged with homicide.
Attempted
like,
at
or,
least.
What is there? Voluntary manslaughter?
Probably.
First degree, is there first degree manslaughter? I don't know.
Well, it wasn't on true purpose, but halfway. So I would say it probably qualifies as involuntary manslaughter if anything does happen.
Involuntary. Okay. SRA lawyers, get on that.
Oh, and they're rubbing.
Who is
We got Bavarian battle right here. Porsche and the BMW rubbing going into turn one.
M.
We do.
Sir up the inside of
Getting by
Nordstrom.
Nordstrom.
Oh, but up ahead, Dylan Stallworth is doing donuts in the parking lot.
No.
what happened here?
After setting the fastest lap of the race, he's doing donuts, that's for sure.
Oh, too much curb. Tale as old as time.
Slotting back into 12th position, though. He's got a comfortable gap between him and the driver in front and behind.
Oh, and another
But
Kinger and Chan. What happened here? Well, here's Kinger. Oh, Chan was already yellow flagged up ahead. Oh, what strike! Nailed it. Absolutely perfect. Clip it, ship it, Hall of Fame it. That was beautiful bowling. We got a pack still developing around Mr. Sir. Still got to find his way through Specht and Majid. Still doable. 5 minutes to go.
Mr. Sir is now looking at Nate Specht. 3/10 between the two. Fortunately, I think Majid has kind of thrown Nate Specht off of his pace here as they're almost. They touch, and they touch, and they touch.
And he gives up.
Oh, and he gives
yeah.
Nate Specht gives up the
Mr.
position.
Sir up the inside.
Now under direct fire from Travis Nordstrom, though.
Ooh, nearly coming together with Porsche too.
Near contact. Hard to recover from something like that. That McLaren looks like it's gotten touched on basically every panel on it. So he's had one hell of a race. Sitting in 18th position too, not too bad for the old McLaren. But Mr. Sir has been on a tear tonight. I'm sure I would love to see a video of his escapades in the Clips and Highlights channel. And just as a reminder, folks, go to discord.gg/simracingalliance for or /SRA, or go into the link in the description for all the news and updates about SRA.
You can find everything there.
Literally everything.
Rules, registration, chit chat, liveries, clips,
pet pictures,
sim rig, tech talk,
grilling recipes.
The Discord is popping. Let's put it that way.
It's popping. Yeah. I'm gonna have to tune off of this battle here to look at.
Oh, Brooker Quigg going side by side with Dromo. For a moment, at least. That usually doesn't last long going into turn one. Something's got to give.
He's 3 minutes left of this race. Brooker Quigg is frantically looking for his next position here, chasing down Dromo in 7th place. 2/10 separating the two.
Oh, and Stallworth and Sparks come together.
Oh no. Are they teammates? No, they're
not
teammates.
They just both like highlighter yellow.
It's that's it's kind of a hot take of a color there, folks. I don't know if Brooker Quigg's gonna be able to catch up to Jeromo here. 3/4 going up and down. 2 minutes left of the race, and there's a couple of battles I really want to look at. Stallworth and Sparks once again side by side. Going through the corners here. It looks like Stallworth is taking the outside line here. It's not going to be good. Wait a minute.
Ooh,
it's huge.
Takes him out.
The outside line is huge. And Sparks is going to lose another position. Maybe not.
Maybe.
Who's that?
Now, is that a blue flag?
I think that's a blue flag.
He's given up. He knows
what is he doing?
He's got no place in this battle. 2 minutes left to go. Let's not ruin anything.
What a legend. Stallworth going around the outside. 2 minutes left of the race.
Travis Robinson five-way fight behind McCroat.
Travis Robinson, I believe, had a recovery drive. I think he had a bad lick at the front.
He did.
At the beginning of the race, and now sitting in 10th position. 5/10 off of the back of Nick San, a fan favorite in the chat. And this livery is a Pauly favorite in the stream. Brooker Quigg, 2, 3, 10s going up and down. off the back of Dromo. Still looking for that position. Got a minute and a half to make it happen. We should be getting last lap call here any second. Mr. Sir, now a 10th off the back of Fazley here. He's pushing him around.
He's been here
He's
before.
like a shopping cart.
Side by
Side by side, going outside on the T1 here. Gets a little bit of a bump with
gentle clatter.
Fazley here, still side by side.
Oh, he's too. Oh, I thought he was too close.
So bold, so bold.
Wow.
Literally on the inside of the corner.
I thought he was too
Wow.
close for the undercut, but he went for it.
Oh, and he shoves his car right in front of Fazley there, closing the door, slamming it shut in his face.
No lack of confidence here.
No. I mean, if you were in Mr. Sir's shoes, would you have a lack of confidence? He's been tearing through the field all day. So now sitting in 16th position. Fantastic drive from him. I'm going to love to see the replays going on here. Leader is on the final lap, final push, folks. Like I said, all these folks are scrambling for those last couple positions. Never more clear than watching Mr. Sir here. Travis Nordstrom has been chasing down Nate Specht all evening. 3/10 off the back of him. Still, Victor Diaz, 2/10 off the back of Travis Nordstrom. This is a fun little pack here. You've been scrapping at it like half the race. I can't turn my eyes. We're going to try to watch
trying to send it up the inside. Not quite close enough.
You stay on the battles, and I will go to people as they come in. But I'm going to switch to Travis Robinson here, a 10th off the back of Nick Sand, going almost side by side here. Stallworth also is trying to stick his nose in, seeing if he can catch a position in the clatter.
Oh, no,
Travis Robinson in the final lap. Let his car go in the air.
In the braking zone.
Oh my gosh, Fimers Casas getting
Shooting
by.
the gap. That was sick.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
Travis Robinson falling back many positions here, putting that Tyler James in the Honda in check there.
Andrew
Making him
Anderson
take
also
the outside of the corner here.
Going around.
Where does he fall back to? 13th position. That's not too bad. That's not where I'd want to be, but not too bad. For such a hard hit there. Glad I caught that one.
Oh, that's tragic. That could have been so much worse. Wow, the pack that was passing through him.
Yep, that
And
could
who
have been
was that
so
that
much worse.
got the field goal? Who drove between them? What a mad
that was
lad.
Fimers Casas.
Diego, wow.
Yep, Diego. We already know he's a mad lad. Didn't need to say anything about that. Ryan Yee crosses the line. First place. Congratulations to Ryan Yee. Spangler coming in just behind. Second place for him. Only a second gap between the two. Fantastic racing from them. Vicini coming in third place in the number 66 Honda. Sure you're very excited about that one, Jess.
Yes, sir.
Matt Lehman coming in fourth place. Not quite a podium, but still a fantastic drive for him.
Mr. Sir and McCroke come together. Mr. Sir dives up the inside, says, I'll take it. All right. That is...
Sure, despite his bad luck, coming in fifth. Schwartz in sixth. Dromo seventh. Quigg eighth. Sand ninth. J Sparks 10th. Fimers Casas 11th. Fantastic driving, folks. And Colin, if you could be writing this down, Ryan Yee, Jeff Spangler, and Vicini for the top three of the gold division, and Matt Schwartz, Dromo, and Sparks for the top three of the silver division.
Awesome. Congrats to those drivers.
Very spicy at the end there. I think Ivan might be opening a ticket really quickly.
There was a lot of wheels that were not touching the ground on the last lap there. That was interesting. Chris Brown, Evan Kim come in. Fantastic driving from those folks tonight. And Santana had a great
recovery.
Drive, starting from the pits. Brian Anderson.
How many did we start with again? It was closer to 40, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 40 drivers. So this is a brutal track. This might be the most people that we've lost in the middle of a race, almost 10 people. Anderson didn't finish next to A. Anderson, B. Anderson, that is. Chan, Tyler James coming in, Marlowe finishing it off for us. So that was our Season 5, Race 5 here at Sim Racing Alliance. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. We're going to be going into some interviews here. But that was some great racing here. I just want to take this intermission while Colin goes and looks for some of these folks to bring up. I want to shout out all the admins here that make this happen week in and week out. I also want to thank all of our sponsors out there. I will list you folks at the end of the stream, but thank you so much for your contribution. I want to shout out simracingalliance.com. Fantastic website. Go up there and start checking out what we have to offer. If you like what you saw here tonight, a lot of interesting racing in our GT3 Team Series. This is our main event, but we have a lot of cool exhibitions going on around the week. So be sure to check that out. And to those driving in SRA that are not signed up for the Multiclass Mayhem Series, if you are free on Friday night, go and check that one out because it's really fun. Looking forward to seeing you folks there. Also, don't forget to check out tomorrow's stream where we're going to have a ton more awesome racing here at Snetterton. So that's going to be D2, D3, and D5, if I'm not, or D6, if I'm not mistaken. So
Correct.
be looking out for that. Who do we got here? Who is Colin bringing in for us?
Probably no one up to any good.
Oh I guarantee it. Where'd he go? He's out of here.
Bailed?
He's in race 1. Oh, he's coming. He's bringing people up. Bringing Jeff Spangler. He found Jeff Spangler for us. So this was our second place finisher tonight.
Let's get him in here.
I guess that's
Was
my
he
job.
hurting them all?
No. Oh, he might be. I'm gonna bring Jeff Spangler up here.
Hey, Jeff.
Jeff
Congrats.
Spangler, congratulations on a P2 finish here tonight at Snetterton. Race 5, fantastic running tonight. You had the lead all night, and you were a fan favorite in the chat for the win. Unfortunately, Ryan Yee got behind you. You guys had been half a second away from each other most of the race. How did that feel?
Well, I'd rather have a teammate in my rearview mirror than someone else a little more hostile. But yeah, one little mistake sometimes that's all it takes, and yeah, the back end just slipped around a little bit, and he went right on through. But yeah, I think great running from both of us. We could just kind of get out there and build up a lead, and then take our time. So yeah, great result for Madhouse.
Yeah, and you guys, the work that you put in for this race really showed. There was a lot of folks who were struggling out there. This is a very difficult track, and a lot of Hondas in particular were struggling here. I saw a lot of off tracks and people getting awful squirrely. How was the Honda feeling for you?
Beginning and end of stints is good. I don't know if it's me as a driver, but maybe the car too. I just get in this kind of valley where things get a little tough. And this track, it's hard to be consistent, especially as fuel changes. I mean, there's people in the chat talking about how braking distance seems to magically change. You think you're braking at the same spot, and then suddenly you overshoot the corner a bit. So definitely a tough track, but I'm just mostly glad that it didn't rain here for once. So this is like my first dry race here. So it was fun.
I hear you.
This was your
most
first
of
dry
my
race?
Yeah. Well, I've only had night
Yeah.
races here as well, so
Yeah, I mean it's not a super popular track in the
Yeah.
old
Oh, true,
it rains in
yeah,
Britain
yeah.
meme. It always has to rain in Great Britain, so if there's one on the calendar
It's
in
true.
any given league, it's probably going to rain. So hey,
Yep. Well, thank you so much for joining us up here, Jeff. Do you have anyone at home or any teammates that you want to shout out tonight?
well, Mr. Yee, of course, finishing on the top step. It's good to have a great result for both of us, and I think that should put us in great spot in the team standings. So he's a good sport. I appreciate him just running with me, and yeah, congrats, buddy.
Well, congratulations to you on your P2, and we look forward to seeing you as you finish out this season and your team as you battle for a team championship. Team championship here. So
Before we let
yeah.
you go, when can we expect to see you in that gorgeous livery that I see you have in your Discord profile banner?
Ooh,
The Prime Bentley.
Yes, the Prime
Uh,
Bentley. The
um,
Prime Bentley.
Prime Bentley. Yeah, I don't know. I drove the Bentley a little bit before an Indy race a couple months ago, like in October, and it just felt so weird. So it would take a lot to get back in the Prime Bentley, but I do that love that livery. So
It
maybe
looks
for a
great.
one-off or fun race, we'll see.
yeah. Well, we'll see it in the multi-class mayhem if you come up and join us for that. That's a
Yeah,
great opportunity to show off some fun liveries. So,
absolutely. Thanks for the shout.
all right, thank you, Jeff.
See you next time.
See you guys.
Ryan Yee,
Hey, Ryan.
thank you so much for joining us here in the commentators booth, and congratulations on your P1 finish here, race 5 at SRA. You had a fantastic race with Jeff Spangler, and you guys were like half a second away from each other for probably 2/3 of the race. You guys pitted together. It was like a ballet, like synchronized swimming. Um, how was that feeling out there for you, and how did it feel to see him make that mistake and get around him?
Well, when I was behind him, I wasn't really planning on like overtaking unless a mistake happened. So, had that one little slip not happen, I would have gladly sat behind him until the end. And yeah, he had a really good race today.
Yeah, you guys both had a really great race, and it looked like because I had been watching your onboard for a while, that you had some pace on them, but you seemed to be like coming up and then going back and coming up and going back. Uh, did that have any effect on your tires? It seemed like you're using your tires a little bit more.
So at the end, I did use my tires more, but I don't know what it was. It just felt better. Not better, but like it still felt completely fine. And I think Jeff was struggling with it a little bit more, like the tire wear, even though his tires were better. So maybe it's a difference in our setup.
Yeah, difference in drive style, difference in setup, and sometimes being a little loosey goosey and staying on top of the car can be good as well for performance. But yeah, fantastic drive from you tonight. Um, is there uh, is there anyone or is there any tips that you want to give for the other drivers who are going to be looking to do this next week?
Or tomorrow.
What
Or sorry, tomorrow. I'm
tomorrow? Okay.
yeah, sorry.
I was thinking, like, what track do we have next?
A long day in commentating, But
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
any
yeah.
tips for any tips for the D2 drivers, myself and Jess, who's driving tomorrow, that you might have?
So I'll give two. One, traction is a lot more important than most people realize. Because a lot of people prioritize, like high speed rotation, then suffer some wheel spin in the low speed. Second
I'm
one,
one of them.
practice. Yep, well, there you go. Second one, practice race trim a lot more than you practice quali. At least
Yeah,
that's what I do.
100%. Yes. Yes.
especially
Yes.
here, we saw a lot of people struggling with the race pace.
Yep, absolutely. Don't know how much like of a split people do for race pace and quali pace, but I generally only do maybe like one night. Maybe I'll like have some fun, do some fast laps, but otherwise it's always just race pace, and then like a half an hour before the race, I'll do some quali if I have the time.
Yeah, definitely good to get a routine going there, and practicing that race pace is extraordinarily important, especially for such a difficult track and being such a squirrely car. But yeah, fantastic performance out there today, Ryan, and we look forward to seeing you up here soon. We've seen you quite a bit this season, so um, it's almost a guaranteed at this point. Um, you've just been dominating D1 and looking really good out there. So keep it up.
I will do my best.
All right. Thank you, Ryan, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
All right, who's next, Colin?
In the cool down room, we have John Sparks and Koa Dromo waiting. Koa was the P2 finish for the silver class. and John being the P3 finisher.
I'll bring Koa in first then. Mr. Dromo, welcome to the commentator's booth, and congratulations on your P2 in the Silver Division at Snetterton this week. You were looking really good out there. You were looking really good in qualifying. You had set the fastest lap initially, and then you came back with another really good heater. And you played it really well out there tonight. How were you feeling in the car, and once the race got going?
Overall felt pretty good, at least better than I was expecting. Uh, Qualifying set a new PB by a tenth, so was stoked on that. And then early on in the race, I mean, got a little flustered just trying to make sure, car shuffling and stuff like that. But not too long after, kind of got some open air and pretty much just try to hit my marks and all that, and trying to pace with Schwartz. He was doing good. It seemed like we were pretty much sticking at like 4 seconds for a lot of the race, and got close after the pits, but he was just a little bit quicker. So good job to him. And then Quig on my ass, so I was sweating it out, just trying to stay in front of him. So it was
Yeah, we saw that in the end there. You and Quig were like he was desperately looking for that last position there, like looking left, looking right.
yeah,
I was making me real nervous because it was very aggressive. Like, no, just bring it home, guys. It's so not only 2 minutes left here, uh,
yeah. I know he
and we
definitely had the pace, but I was just trying to be somewhat wide, but not overly aggressive, and just hit my marks basically.
Yeah, and we saw quite a few people in the last lap have battles very similar to that as well, and that didn't work out so well. So I think you'll look forward to seeing some of those in the race review or in the stream. There was tires in the air, multiple of them. So
It was
um,
nuts.
yeah, crazy first lap, crazy last lap. But yeah, uh, great job sticking it out there, and congratulations on the P2 finish. Is there anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
I think my dad was watching again. He actually sent me a T-shirt. He found like a company out in California called the Super Beamer Bros.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
Hell
much our team
yeah.
name. So I'm wearing that right now. I think that's probably what
Oh,
helped me out.
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
A little bit of dad good luck and a cool T-shirt. Get you that's 10 horsepower right there, man.
Easily.
That's that's a couple tenths off the lap. Um,
Yeah, definitely.
But once again, thank you, Kodromo, for joining us up here, and congratulations again.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Sure, it won't be the last time. See you again in the
Sir.
future.
All right, John Sparks. John Sparks, welcome up to the commentator's booth, P3 for the Silver Division. We saw that you got into quite a few scraps here this race. You still came out with a really good finish. How were you feeling on track?
Pretty good overall. Hi, gents, and thanks for having me. But yeah, it was an interesting race. I mean, what do you expect from Snetterton, to be honest with you?
Pain.
Yep. Yeah, lots of pain on track for many drivers tonight.
Yeah, mostly just trying to avoid it. Sometimes successful, sometimes not.
Sometimes.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, you got into a little scuffle there with Stallworth, where you guys got together. I mean, how were you feeling then?
Tough. He took tires at the pit stop,
Oh,
so he
interesting.
was extremely fast. I mean, he was still running easily mid 46s there at the end of the race. So um, he had a clear advantage over all of us that he was attacking. So it was tough. And I know, like for instance, in T1 when we made contact, I think that was the most severe contact. That was probably the worst of it right there. No real damage done, but just very hard to control the car at that stage of the race, I
Hmm.
would say. But it just did the best I could, and then eventually he got around me. But I know he got into a tuffle, I think, with Travis there at the end, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, definitely one heck of a tuffle. We were just talking about that before. Multiple tires off the ground. It was that was pretty brutal.
Yeah, I
But
saw it. I saw it happening in front of me, and then suddenly Travis was airborne, and I said a little prayer and just moseyed on my way.
That's all you can do.
Yep.
But yeah, he had set the fastest lap of the race, like 3/4 of the way into the race. So I knew something spicy was about to happen.
Yeah,
um,
that's it was an interesting strategy call on his part.
yeah,
I'm
very
not. I'd
interesting.
be curious to ask him whether he would do it again. Given the choice.
Yeah, definitely a worthy question, especially for those folks who are going to be looking at this tomorrow. So, might be a strategy that some people might take. Tires, interesting.
Maybe I.
Normally not something people do here, especially with how short the race is. But it'd be very interesting strategy call and see if it works out for somebody.
Yeah, it's definitely worth thinking about. I personally don't think I would do it, even considering the pace advantage that he had. But it's an interesting call. Let's put it that way.
Well, John, thank you so much for joining us up here. But is there anyone watching at home that you want to shout out?
I'm a sim racer. No one is watching me.
Well, you have teammates or any community members that have contributed to your success here?
Comic Racing, up and down the board. The boys are good.
There you go. Well,
Hell yeah.
thank you so much for joining us, John, and we look forward to seeing you more times this season.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks,
too.
man.
All right. So I think that's it for our interviews here tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been fantastic watching this race with you guys. I want to give a shout out to our league sponsors, our title sponsors, Roby Toady, Daehee Yun, Joshua Arnold, Evan Kim, Paulie Hartman, Thomas Greer, Dominic Duran, Zach Sky, Tyler James, Jacob Wolfman, Fazli Majid, Kyle McGinnis, Ramon Lorenzo, Stephanie Fisher, and Matt Morrison. Also want to give a shout out to our SRA sponsors, Philip Menzies, Michael Jeffries, Dewal Bendari, Koa Dromo, Nate Allen, and Justin Rowley. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much, guys,
much.
for your support. I also want to give a shout out. I don't have a list of your names, but all the folks who support us through subscriptions and donations here on Twitch, even just contributing your Twitch Prime, really does help us out a lot. And remember, folks, all the money um, uh, goes directly into the league and nothing but the league. The servers cost money to run, and you guys help us put on cool, fresh events and have some kick-ass servers that we can race here.
Reliably.
Yeah, very
It's
reliably,
something
very
we kind
fast
of take for
servers.
granted, but
Oh yeah,
we've got
yeah,
had a really good track record, haven't we?
yeah, yeah. Other than
Getting
when
pretty
ACC
cold.
decides to update right
True.
before a race.
Getting pretty cold. I'm ready for a cruise trip, I think, Paulie.
Yeah, that's in next year's budget.
Offline,
Then
folks.
then I'm gonna have to start changing the script. That's next year's budget, guys. Okay, I'm just talking about this year's budget. No, but yeah, thank you so much, guys. I also want to give a shout out to our partners here at SRA. Let me find those folks. We have Armamentario Software. These folks, they make awesome stuff for ACC for your HUD, because ACC HUD, as we all know, is not the greatest in the world.
It's just okay.
Um, it's just okay, gets the job done, but Armamentario takes that to the next level.
I love it.
You
It's great.
you can have all sorts of cool stuff on your screen, different data, and position it any way you like. I remember I was watching Kevin Kovac. He had Armamentario set up in VR, and he had all of the data and stuff that he needed set up in the pillars.
Oh, that's
So it
so
constantly
cool.
stayed on the pillars while he was looking around. Man, it was just so cool looking. I fell in love with Armamentario right then and there, and I'm sure you will too. We are the official partner of Armamentario for sim racing. Uh, Documize, thank you for your partnership here. Um, Retro Saga, a nice retro game store. Pick up your retro games there.
And
Retro
controllers.
Saga and controllers. Um, thank you so much for the partnerships. I just want to go over one more thing. If you liked what you saw here tonight, be sure to go to simracingalliance.com and go check around over there. Click on some links, join our Discord. Also linked in the description, discord.gg/simracingalliance. And we have a great time over here. A lot of cool stuff happening around the week. We have exhibition nights randomly thrown in. We got coaching. We have a lot of awesome people in the community here who are willing to help you out. Whether you just started yesterday at sim racing or haven't even started yet, and you just want to get into it, check it out, look at what's going on. Or if you're a super experienced sim racer, we are welcoming all members. There is a division for you where you can learn and race and have a great time. Also be sure to tune in to our other stream night, watching our other 3 divisions tomorrow. Also at Snetterton here in the day for our awesome GT3 team series. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Signing off, this is your picture-in-picture Polly Hartman, joined by our awesome host, Jess Osborne,
Hello, hello. Thank you.
and our side commentator. We have Colin Shea, always coming in, chiming in, and having a good time with us. Colin.
Yep. Goodbye, friends. It was a great stream, great race, everybody.
Yep, and adios, folks. Oh.